right, here we are at the top of Tel Hazor, and we're looking at this city that's spoken of several times in the Bible. It's one of my favorite places because it brings the Bible to life, because what it says that happened here, we can see the evidence of it. When we go into Palace, as it explains in Joshua chapter 11, that Joshua came here and he burned the city of Hazor to the ground. We can actually see the layer of burn, or the layer in the palace over there where it was burned to the ground, which verifies the Bible. And there's arguments out there, is it the right century? But if we really look at it, it is. The second event that I really like that happened here is in Judges, where we hear about King Sisera and how he was fleeing, and he went into the tent of Jael, the husband of, or the wife of Heber, and he went into that tent and he got some warm milk and he woke up with a spike in his head. My wife doesn't like how I say that, but it sounds good. And then the next story we hear of King Solomon, and he was expanding the country and he had to defend it, and he put 3 chariot cities in Israel. He put one in Gezer in the south, he put one at Megiddo, which is in the center of the country, and the other one here at Hazor. Now Hazor is a beautiful place because it's on the road to Damascus. You had to go from the south, you would come in from the coast of Via Maris, so you get to Tiberias, and you would cut up to the north. You would get to here and you would work up through the Hula Valley to get to Damascus. Hazor was one of the cities, I believe at the time, because we don't know when it completely stopped being a city. It may have been a stop for Jesus. We don't know that. That's interjection. So anyhow, we don't know if his boys and him camped out here for a night, but that's possible. The other thing in modern history we can see at Hazor is we see that the roads and the pathways in Israel need to be defended. Like our hearts, they need to be defended. We need to be defended. In the 1940s to 1950s, 60s, 70s, until Israel conquered the Golan Heights and completely eradicated the Assyrians from there. Behind or in front of me, you can see the Golan Heights where the Syrians used to rocket things in here, and over here to my left we know the mountains on the other side of that's Lebanon, where there's still some hostilities with Hezbollah. But we know Israel is defended themselves by taking these places and holding that ground. Here's a little thought as a Christian. As a believer in Jesus, you know, we are rocketed, so to speak, from the world. Things attack us always over and over and over, and we have to protect our hearts. So as a believer, we do need to guard our hearts. We do need to take ground. We do need to conquer the things that take us away from the Lord. So when we see these cities and we read our Bible stories, it should encourage us to know that we are participants in what the Lord is doing to protect and guard our hearts. How do we do that? By digging into His Word.